What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Ace's Place 22, where I'm Ace. This is my place. And, well, that was definitely more than 22, but 22, somewhere in there. How's everybody doing? Hope you're well. Thanks for showing up and watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're always just doing that over here. It's what you do. And as you saw in the thumbnail and you saw in the title, we are going to be taking a look at Harry Potter, Year 5, The Order of the Phoenix. I should have said it the other way around, but oh well. Yeah, we're going to be taking, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and my review of the 5th Harry Potter movie, Order of the Phoenix, Year 5, as I'm labeling them here on the channel for the videos. I have not been a very good boy and put these videos out once a week. I am slacking. I just don't feel like doing things anymore, to be honest with you. But there's a big long hair somewhere on my face. We're going to take care of it right here on the camera. And we're back. So yeah, we're going to be discussing this movie. I've watched it like 3 times. I genuinely enjoy this movie. It picks up immediately. Well, I wouldn't say immediately, but it picks up once you get to Hogwarts. The events of the previous movie have rippled its way across the pond and created a whole bunch of anarchy. You've got the Death Eaters are now traveling away from Azkaban, which is a big no-no and a big, like, what's going on here? Lord Voldemort is behind all of this now. He's actually, you know, his physical manifestation has happened. He's a real entity now out there in the world causing chaos. In this movie, and I'm going to be all over the place with this review. There's no, in order. But in this film, you've got Harry reflecting on the moments of the previous film, The Goblet of Fire, where Cedric Diggory dies by the hands of Voldemort. And these movies progressively are getting darker and darker and away from away from the cheery whimsicalness that the first handful were when they were little kids. This is now a much more serious tone for what these films, are. You've got Dumbledore being accused of of aiding Harry and a team of wizards in an uprising, so he disappears for quite some time in this film. A new character, a new villain-esque character, Professor Umbridge. She wiggles her way into Hogwarts and causes a bunch of chaos for the kids. And it's all really good entertainment and it's good fun. You've got all the original actors and actresses coming back in this one, from, the 3 main characters to the Professor McGonagall. You've got the guy that plays Hagrid coming back. Professor Snape has a much larger role in this movie. And something I was reflecting on as I was watching these movies, or this particular movie, is how interesting it is they had Alan Rickman as Snape since the very beginning, and how little screen time he's had in each film. Collectively, so far, he's probably had like 20 minutes of film in 5 movies. And I just find that interesting that at the time they even decided, let's cast somebody like him for this role, not knowing what the franchise is going to look like by the end. I just think that's kind of fun to look back at and see, like, wow, his character really, from this guy that kind of lurked in the shadows, essentially, to this, and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, to this big revelation in a future film. It's pretty cool. But you've got Sirius Black and the rest of the how does it go? The Order of the Phoenix, we'll start off with that, actually. The Order of the Phoenix was something that Sirius Black, Professor Lupin, Harry's parents, Dumbledore, Mad-Eye Moody, and a handful of other wizards and stuff like that, they were all part of this group called the Order of the Phoenix. And it clearly died out when all these, people died in the movie world. And, Sirius Black is like one of the only ones left, and Snape was part of it, I do believe, if I remember correctly. But they've all dispersed in their own ways, but they've all been, there still. So Harry takes it upon himself to be like, well, there's an evil coming. There's going to be a war essentially coming, and we here at Hogwarts, we need to prepare. We need to essentially create a new order of the Phoenix, and that's what the whole movie is essentially about. It's the building of the foundation of this army that Harry is trying to create to oppose Lord Voldemort at another time. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happens in between. Like all these Harry Potter movies, there's a whole bunch of filler that, you know, eventually leads to the big plot points that put it all together. I'm not going to go bullet point by bullet point. It's totally all these movies are totally worth watching right from the beginning up till right now, to the 5th one, where you're at. But there is, like, for the first time in any of these 5 movies, we get the big epic fight, essentially, that we've been waiting for since the beginning of these movies. And it is the equivalent of, like, when Yoda comes in and fights Dooku or Sidious in the prequels of the Star Wars movies, or I can't think of anything right now, but anything to that degree. You get Dumbledore going one-on-one with Voldemort with their wands and their magic and their... It's pretty stellar stuff. It is personally one of my absolute favorite moments out of the 5 movies to this point. I really like it. I like the build-up to it. I forget what they call where they're at, but it's like the place where they can travel between different, you know, I don't want to say worlds, but like cities and what have you within the wizard world. And it just makes for a pretty cool location for a fight. And it's just the music and the not music parts. It's a really cool scene. I really, really, really like it a lot. You get a nice emotional ending. Usually these movies end, even if they are a bit tragic or, you know, on the downer side of a vibe, they always seem to kind of turn it around and give you that that little hopeful, like, this is going to be good. But in this one, it's a little somber. It's a little darker, where Harry's, you know, everybody's getting on the train to go back to their home for the next school year. And Harry is just giving this little, like, monologue of we've got something to fight for, and Voldemort really doesn't. And then, like, the camera kind of pans up and shows Hogwarts and stuff. And it doesn't, to me, I never get that, like, cheery, chipper vibe that I was getting in the first few movies. Because now the movies start to step away from, how do I want to say it, the innocence of the schooling. And they start to step into that adulthood, ooh, it's time to face reality. And if you've seen these movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Again, where the first handful, they feel like, oh, you're going to school, you're going to be learning, you can't wait to learn the teachers. And then it eventually just kind of transitioned to, like, okay, we're on the outs now. This isn't as fun as it used to be. We're not focusing on these things as much anymore. But it's still good. It's still good. I really like these movies. I get 6 and 7 and part 2 of 7 muddled together, so I can't wait to rewatch them and be like, oh, yes, this is that one, and oh, yes, this is this one. So, and yeah, it was this Harry Potter movie where they introduced all, like, the wizards and stuff in the very beginning, and they, like, flew out of there and stuff like that. I was trying to think. I was like, was it this one or that one or this one? I get, like I said, I get them all mixed up. But other than that, that's really it for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Year 5, an Ace movie review. I like that. That's catchy. So if you guys have enjoyed this, like I asked at the beginning, if you don't mind, please liking and subscribing. One greatly appreciates it. And you might even just get a ticket to Hogwarts. You won't. But thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.